You know what's humbling? Realizing that the pet you bought to teach your kids about responsibility will outlive your kids, and their kids, and possibly their kids' kids. I'm talking about my turtle, Gerald. Gerald is 200 years old, and I'm pretty sure he's planning my funeral. Let me paint you a picture. Every morning, I wake up, shuffle to the kitchen in my pajamas, and there he is, Gerald, motionless in his tank, staring, not blinking. Because turtles don't really blink, just observing. And I swear to God, there's something in those ancient, reptilian eyes that says, any day now, buddy. Any day now. People always say dogs are loyal companions. Dogs look at you with love. Cats look at you with contempt. But at least it's honest contempt. Gerald? Gerald looks at me like a patient real estate investor watching a condemned building. He's not hoping I die. He's expecting it. There's a difference. Hope is optimistic. Expectation is tactical. Here's the thing about owning a turtle that's been alive since before the American Civil War. You start to realize you're not the owner. You're the interim caretaker. I'm basically a temp. Gerald has seen 5 generations of my family come and go. My great-great-grandfather bought him in 1825, thinking, oh, what a charming pet for little Cornelius. Cornelius died in 1889. Gerald attended the funeral. Metaphorically, he was probably in a tank somewhere, doing what he does best, waiting. And the worst part? I think Gerald knows about the will. Now, I don't know how he knows. He can't read, presumably. But there's an energy, a vibe. See, as a joke, after a particularly wild dinner party where I'd had too much wine, I told my lawyer to put Gerald in my will. If anything happens to me, I slurred, Gerald gets the house. We laughed. My lawyer laughed. I signed some papers. We stopped laughing when we sobered up and realized what we'd done. But here's where it gets weird. Ever since that day, Gerald has been different, more confident. He used to hide in his little cave when I walked by. Now, he parades. He does laps around his tank like he's surveying his future kingdom. I caught him staring at my armchair last week. Not at me, at the chair. Like he was measuring it, thinking about reupholstering. Maybe going with something in a nice kelp green. Let's talk about the mathematics of this situation, because they're frankly terrifying. Gerald is 200 years old. Certain species of turtles can live to 250, maybe even 300 years. I am 42. If I'm optimistic, I've got maybe 40, 50 years left. Gerald has potentially 100 more years after I'm gone. This turtle will be lounging in my house in the year 2125, telling stories to his turtle friends about the human infestation of the early 21st century. And you know what really gets me? The disrespect. I feed him. Every day. Premium turtle pellets. Fresh vegetables. I clean his tank. Do you know how heavy a 200-year-old turtle is? It's like moving a hostile ottoman. And does Gerald thank me? Does he show any gratitude? No. He just looks at me with those cold, calculating eyes and thinks, tick-tock, mortal. Tick-tock. I've started doing things out of spite. Little things. I'll eat a steak right in front of his tank. Look at this, Gerald. Medium rare. You're stuck with kale. He doesn't react. He just watches me chew. Judging. Always judging. Sometimes I'll bring home renovation magazines and flip through them loudly. Oh, what do you think, Gerald? Should we keep the hardwood floors or go with tile? Oh, wait, you don't get an opinion because you're a turtle and I'm still alive. But here's what keeps me up at night. What if Gerald is smart? What if those 200 years of existence have given him some kind of ancient, terrible wisdom? What if he's been to places, seen things? What if he remembers the fall of the Ottoman Empire and he's just been waiting patiently for his moment? What if I'm not dealing with a pet? What if I'm dealing with an immortal adversary? I've considered my options. I could sell him. But who do you sell a 200-year-old turtle to? And what if he finds his way back? They have incredible navigation instincts. He'd show up at my doorstep like, nice try, Stephen. Now I'm really going to outlive you. I could donate him to a zoo. But then I'd feel guilty. He's been in my family for 2 centuries. That's got to count for something. even if he's essentially a cold-blooded squatter with a shell. My friends don't understand. They say, it's just a turtle. Just a turtle? Just a turtle has survived every major historical event since 1825. He was alive during the California Gold Rush, the invention of the telephone, 2 world wars, the moon landing. He probably watched the first iPhone launch and thought, cute. Another thing that won't outlast me. And the real kicker? I've become attached to him. I hate to admit it, but I have. He's like that one family member who insults you at every gathering, but you can't imagine holidays without them. Except Gerald doesn't talk. He just exists, ominously, with purpose. So here we are. Me, a middle-aged man with a mortgage and high cholesterol. And Gerald, an ancient reptilian entity with no natural predators and apparently unlimited time. We're locked in this bizarre standoff. I water his plants. Wait, they're my plants. And he waits for nature to take its course. Sometimes, late at night, I'll walk past his tank and whisper, "Not today, Gerald. Not today." And I swear I can hear him think back. We'll see. The truth is, Gerald isn't waiting for me to die out of malice. He's just patient. He's outlived everyone else in my family, and he'll outlive me too. That's not a threat. It's just biology. It's the natural order. And maybe in some weird way, there's something beautiful about that. Something humbling about being reminded that some things are bigger than us. More permanent. More. Actually, no. Screw that. This is my house, Gerald. You hear me? My house. But yeah, if you're watching this in 2125 and there's a turtle in the background, that's Gerald. Tell him I said hi. And that I won the mortgage paid off before I died. So technically I win. Maybe.
That's all for today. But we have so much truth to tell you. Subscribe for more.